Hi, my name is William Gaber. I'm an artist. I live in Merida. I do painting and sculpture, and it's been a journey that kind of takes you. You kind of follow, some energy that takes you there. I created a series that was called Sacred Places, where I draw a picture of friends' houses, of the inside of friends' houses, consider that everything was sacred to me, the conversations, the friendship, the loves, the fighting, everything that was important to me, what happened inside these spaces. So that was the name of the series. And after I did the drawings, which were pencil drawings, I decided to create large paintings of the same drawings in blocks of color. The idea was to capture the essence of the space with just expressing like the content, like the essence, like the spirit of the place. So that's why it was created in blocks of color. I think the circle is like the base of everything, and once you do a circle, everything is contained in a circle. So I started creating new shapes, and it kind of naturally evolved into an abecedary of shapes. There's 18 shapes now. To me, they mean something. I mean, to me, there are shapes that they're like building blocks. They come together to create a composition or create something. But to other people, they people find things in them that are not intended in the painting. So when people see my paintings, they relate to them emotionally because they relate to the shapes in a way that I'm not aware of. They find meaning in the shapes. It's the emotion that surpasses. It's very powerful in the way people connect with the art. I'd say I've always been an artist. I've always wanted to do this, but I still had to support myself. So I did a corporate career, and once I was in a position where I could provide for myself and my family, I decided to become a full-time artist. I did this change in my 40s. I went to art school in my 40s in London at the Royal College of Art. I did my first exhibit solo show in 2016. I couldn't live any other way now. I think it's really interesting because at this age, you sort of have already created a persona that people identify with. So changing this, because you only know that you are an artist because you do this every day and you aspire to become one, but no one else does because people see you doing something else outside your home. So changing that, it has some challenges, but it's extremely lucky to do whatever you love, and it's fantastic to be able to live out of it. And that has been my experience, and I'm very thankful for it. The thing about creating is that you cannot stop. I felt like I needed to do 3D things, so I went and buy some wood and I and some equipment, and I did my first sculpture, which is not perfect at all, but I still think it's beautiful. It's in my home, and and it's what it's gonna stay forever because it's not sellable. It's not perfect, but then I had a breakthrough, which was fantastic. I was invited to El Olimpo, El Centro Cultural Olimpo in Merida. I was invited to exhibit there, but I was surprised to know that they reserved the patio for me. It was a shock at the beginning because I had never done anything that could, hold in a patio that was big enough or, powerful enough and that could, be outside. And it was a challenge. So I took that challenge and I created my first large format sculpture in a color that I love, which is a deep yellow, and I've used it in many of my works. And it was magical because people relate to the work very much, to the point that the city ended up buying the piece and put it in a roundabout going out to Progreso, which changes the game totally because you have a public art, you have a public piece now, and that's very powerful. It took me a little while to really grasp what happened because it was so exciting and so important and so powerful to have it. But once I had installed it, I felt nothing and I was confused by this feeling. I went every day and drove around it, and even parked at an OXXO, which is across the street, and took a chair and just sit there for hours. And I started observing how people would slow down to watch the sculpture and even comment. And some people would take their phones out and make a picture of it. So it was very magical just to watch what this sculpture was doing to this circulation in the area. And it drove me to think about, the power of public art, and how it kind of makes us slow down and makes us contemplate and just changes our mindset for a little while, just to stop running and being in a hurry to reach whatever our destination is, to just slow down and watch something that we find interesting or beautiful, uh, or just, appealing or whatever. And so that's when I came out with the idea for my next series, which was called Monuments. And it was about, public art and the effect it has on people, and the reasons we have as humans to, erect monuments everywhere, and how they work. And yeah, so that's another story.